guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're here in Las Vegas for the 2021 edition of SEMA. And of course, the first stop that I had to make through this massive convention center was here at the Chevrolet booth, and it was for this car in particular. This is it. This is the all-new 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Z06. But before we get into this C8 Z06, let's talk about what's going on here. Z06, that badge has been around since 1963. It was a special option for those that wanted to take the first year of that C2, the second generation of the Corvette, and take it to the track and have that extra performance. Well, over the years, the Z06 has come in many different forms and shapes, especially when you look at the fifth generation. That's really where that Z06 name came into play and really brought such a unique driving experience over the regular Chevrolet Corvette. Now, in 2014, with the birth of the C7, that really was the direction of where they were going with this C8. The reason why is if you look, for example, the name Stingray returned to the nameplate of this American sports car, the Chevrolet Corvette. The last time Stingray was on a Corvette was all the way back in 1976. But another reason why I bring that up is because the Z06 had supercharged V8 power for the 7th generation. Now with the C8, remember the big thing was mid-engine Corvette, the big thing was total change from the past, all those years going back to 1953 where the engine was up front. Now we see the Z06 name return, and it's even bigger and better than before because this Z06 is going back to its early roots of being a naturally aspirated V8 engine. Now the crazy news is we're talking about the first time ever 5.5 liter flat plane crankshaft V8. That is gonna make it the most powerful, naturally aspirated production V8 in the history of the automotive industry. And the great news is 670 horsepower, RPM redline of around 8,600 RPMs, and a sound that's gonna be like no Corvette ever before it. So what I wanna do is I wanna dive in to this 2023 Z06, show you the special touches, especially the coveted Z07 package, and find out, is this the best supercar? Is this now a supercar? Is this not only the best sports car, but the best supercar to buy when it comes to your favorite showrooms? Very, very soon, let's dive into this 2023 Z06 and find out. Right off the bat, the color. Love the signature color, and what I'm liking is that this one has the Z07 package. That's gonna be an additional package that brings extra performance. Now at the front of the business, what you're gonna notice is we're almost 4 inches wider. It's about 3.7 inches wider than your standard Stingray, and how nice is that to have that extra width, gives it that extra performance and persona on the road. Now when you start at the front of the business, up top, it's gonna look C8 to you. You're gonna have that same headlight design, everything blacked out, LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, and turn signals. The big difference is the whole nose and front fascia. This has been tuned for extra performance. So you're gonna notice the massive basketball-size openings for the corner air vents. There's 5 heat exchangers all throughout this vehicle, the largest heat exchangers that they've ever put on a production car from Chevrolet. And you're gonna have that free flow. Of course, we have that carbon flash metallic material across the front, but because this is a Z07, check out the extra aero, and this stuff is all for the go, not just for the show. Full carbon fiber canards on the front, full carbon fiber splitter. Remember, on the racetrack, we're trying to channel the air around the vehicle and stop air from going underneath the vehicle because that's gonna create lift. We want downforce, and this extra aero is gonna pin the front end of this Corvette so that you can hit those apexes with supreme accuracy. Now, as we come across the front, the cross flags badge goes back to 1953. So much history with that badge, and it's been such a revolutionary car, that America's true sports car. Love that it's still there with the Chevrolet bow tie and that checkered flag. Dropping down, we have more functionality in this massive center open. Now the great news is you're gonna be able to flow air to the heat exchangers, but we're also flowing air for brake cooling. And wait until I show you the pizza-sized brakes on this particular Z07 equipped with the Z06 with the Z07 package. Now that front splitter looking good. There's that nice downforce. I love the way everything fits so well. And that's another thing, you know, with this vehicle being built in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the accuracy to how they build this has really raised over the different generations, and the C8 is at the top of its game. But you can see that extra width, especially the way the fender kind of peeks out. And I like the way they didn't just put some flat black fender flare like they did on the C7 Z06. This one actually is all molded into the actual bodywork. Now, when we get up onto the front mounted trunk, you're still gonna get that stealth fighter look, great lines, everything going towards the A-pillars. And then let's come around the bend because you're gonna see a first of something huge. Come with me, come on, let me drag you in. Look at this. This is absolutely stunning. For the first time ever on a Chevrolet Corvette, we have carbon fiber wheels. Staggered 20-inch up front, 21-inch out back. What this is gonna do, it's gonna cut the rotating mass, which is gonna give us quicker steering, obviously lighten the vehicle, all four corners, and then peeking behind those massive carbon fiber wheels, we have super-size pizza ceramic brake rotors. Those are carbon ceramic brake rotors, two-piece rotors. This is technology that was developed on Formula One racetracks decades ago, now show up in our production vehicles. And I love the nice satin finish with that Brembo massive bright orange caliper, like a pumpkin. We're just gonna make some pumpkin pie and just brake so effectively that this thing's gonna shed speed faster than a husky sheds hair. Now up front, you're looking at 20-inch, 275 on the width, 30 series sidewall, wrapped in those Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R tires, specifically designed for the C8 Z06. All four corners, we have magnetic ride suspension, magnetic ride 4.0, so it's been revised for this particular vehicle. Many differences over a standard Stingray, and that's why people are dying to see this car and eventually get one of them. Now coming down the side, you'll notice we got carbon fiber on the mirror caps. There's that carbon flash metallic. Our particular Z06 is gonna be a hardtop convertible. And remember, that was something big for the C7 Corvette, was having that availability of having the convertible, having the manual or an automatic. And with these, remember, manuals are no longer, which that is a zonk, but you have that 8-speed Tremec DCT transmission, which shifts lightning quick. But coming down the side, you'll notice that carbon fiber side sill. All of this has been fine-tuned, not only in air tunnels and testing that aerodynamic efficiency, but also on the racetrack. Remember, Chevrolet has been very, very competitive, winning the GTLM championship in the IMSA WeatherTech series just last year, continuing their dominance this year as well. That C8R technology has come to our street C8 Z06. But there's more. Not only do you have massive carbon fiber aero, but guess what? We have larger side openings. The largest, this Z06 has the largest oil cooler ever made for a Corvette, channeling that air, not only to cool the oil, not only cool the engine, but also for transmission as well. Carbon flash metallic, nicely done on the opening. We got the Z06 badge tastefully placed. Nothing seems out of the extraordinary and in a weird place on this car. It's balanced perfectly. Of course, you're gonna have the carbon flash metallic roof. This is that folding hardtop, the first folding hardtop ever on a Z06 Corvette. That was something that was new for the C8. Now, the one thing on the interior to remember is you're gonna get tons of carbon fiber, special steering wheel, and taking a page from Porsche's playbook, you're gonna be able to get so many different ways to personalize your Chevrolet Corvette. Not only on the outside with brake caliper colors, obviously you could go two-tone, tons of different colors in the palette, but also stitching, seat material, the whole 9 yards. Now, coming towards the rear, check out what we have. These are steamroller size rear tires, 345 on the width. This carbon fiber is just absolutely stunning. You could hang this on the wall in your house as a piece of art, and look at the calipers at the rear. Now what's interesting is that the rotors are actually larger at the rear compared to the front, But when you go with the Z07 package, you're getting even larger rotors than the steel rotors that are on the standard Z06. So that really shows that it's not just about extra performance with aerodynamics and stuff, but it's also extra braking performance. And 345s, those are super wide. My Camaro ZL11LE has 325s, and I thought those were wide. Well, guess what? This is ridiculous. Now, when we come around back, what do we have on the Z07 package is this rear wing. This is on our Z06 here. When you go Z07, you're getting the wheels, you're getting the carbon ceramic brake rotors, you're getting the extra aero, including this wing. This wing at speed is proven to give tons of downforce, because we not only want to have downforce on the front, we want to have downforce on the rear to keep it planted. One thing that's a little bit of a bummer is that because this is a convertible, you can't see that beautiful LT6 engine. There's no clear glass cover. So remember, we have an LT6, first time ever, naturally aspirated 5.5 liter, 670 horsepower. Now, no official numbers have been revealed yet, but I'm thinking 0 to 60 around 2.5 seconds, and definitely a speed well over 200 miles an hour. Now, the interesting thing about 200 miles an hour, when you're traveling that speed, you're traveling the length of a football field every single second. But let's continue our discussion here. As we drop down, I think the Z06 has fixed my zonk. I love the way they did these rear vents at the back, way more than on the standard Z08. So the standard C8 has more of a squarish design. I kind of like the way they extended it out to really show that difference, because remember, the whole rear bumper is different on this Z06 Corvette. Down below, you have that massive rear diffuser, and look what they did. Taken back from the C7, they brought the quad exhaust. Love the way it's got the nice polished chrome tips. I think it would have looked killer to have carbon fiber tips straight across here. Nice slash cut, gonna give you that rumble, but the rumble is different. No longer are you gonna get that traditional low grunt sound. We're talking about a high revving Italian or exotic supercar sound that you'll never hear on any Corvette before this, coming with this particular one, but really low, very wide, and that wonderful rear wing that goes through the bodywork. But these are the things that we're bringing to you while we're here at SEMA. Like I said, had to bring this Z06, the first C8 Z06 to hit the markets 2023. As you can see, lifting it up, that's gonna allow the roof to fold. Look at that in motion, absolute beauty. And what's crazy is we're not talking about a lot of weight being added here. Maybe about 70 pounds extra weight with that folding hardtop. If you look at convertibles from the past, there would be a lot of weight involved, but look at that steering wheel, leather, carbon fiber. I wanna rub my hands all over that. You got a 12.3-inch digital display, still have the 8-inch infotainment system, which I am gonna zonk. That's a little small for a car like this, but the carbon fiber has been spilled everywhere. And the seat, the way that they did, I'm gonna call this a creamsicle, the way that they did the interior really just makes it pop, not only from visual standpoint, but also the performance standpoint. But very excited to be here at SEMA, bring this car to you. Obviously, we're gonna be looking forward to getting behind the wheel and comparing it to the Z06s of the past, but hopefully you've enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Has Chevrolet just stunned the whole world and hit a home run, a grand slam, knocked it well out of the park with this Z06 Corvette, especially with the Z07 package? Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching and tuning in all the time. If you want to help us keep making great content just like this with the Z06 Corvette, hit that link in the description. Get yourself some Raity's Rise merch. Got to give it up to the queen of the camera. She's rocking it here at SEMA, getting this Corvette for you. Show Lori some love in the comment section. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.